Hello. We are going over the 324 biblical prophecies that prove Jesus is the Messiah. You are watching this on the Halachgoy channel of YouTube. I'm a Halachgoy, and you can be one too. 324 biblical prophecies that prove Jesus is the Messiah. Prophecy number 33. The drink offering. If any man thirst. We find this prophecy in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 36 to 37. For 7 days present offerings made to the Lord by fire, and on the 8th day hold a sacred assembly and present an offering made to the Lord by fire. It is a closing assembly, do no regular work. These are the Lord's appointed feasts, which you are to proclaim as sacred assemblies for bringing offerings made to the Lord by fire, the burnt offerings and grain offerings, sacrifices and drink offerings required for each day. We find the fulfillment of this prophecy in the book of John, chapter 19, verses 31 to 36. Now it was the day of preparation, and the next day was to be a special Sabbath, because the Jews did not want the bodies left on the crosses during the Sabbath. They asked Pilate to have the legs broken and the bodies taken down. The soldiers therefore came and broke the legs of the first man who had been crucified with Jesus, and then those of the other. But when they came to Jesus and found that he had already died, they did not break the legs. Instead, one of the soldiers pierced Jesus' side with a spear, bringing a sudden flow of blood and water. The man who saw it has given testimony, and his testimony is true. He knows that he tells the truth, and he testifies so that you also may believe. These things happened so the scripture may be fulfilled. Not one of his legs will be broken. The drink offering, if any man thirst. In amongst the variety of offerings that are given during the appointed feast, during the 7 days of appointed feast, one of those offerings is the drink offering. This would be a liquid. It would be usually wine that would be poured out before God. According to the Hope of Israel Baptist Mission, when Jesus was stabbed, when the dead body of Jesus was stabbed by the Roman soldier, producing blood and water gushing out, that was a drink offering. It's not stated as such anywhere in the scriptures, anywhere in the New Testament, that was a drink offering, but they saw blood and water gushing out of the dead body of Jesus, and therefore the Hope of Israel Baptist Mission is saying that is a drink offering. They are going a step further in saying not only is that a drink offering, but they are suggesting that people should drink it. Something that never happened to drink offerings in the book of Leviticus or anywhere in the Torah. This is not suggested anywhere in the New Testament either. We find the concept, the term, if any man thirst, in the 7th chapter of the book of John. On the last and greatest day of the feast, Jesus stood and in a loud voice said, "If anyone is thirsty, let him come to me and drink. Whoever believes in me, as the scripture has said, streams of living water will flow from within him." By this he meant that the Spirit, whom those who believed in him were later to receive, Up to that time, the Spirit had not been given, since Jesus had not yet been glorified. So the phrase, if any man be thirsty, according to the Scriptures, refers to a time after Jesus is dead and comes back to life, and it refers to a spirit that would go into the people who believed in him, and that spirit would be flowing water within the person. That's what the Scripture that's what the New Testament, the book of John even, refers to as, if any man thirst, drink that water. It's not suggested anywhere in the book of John or anywhere in the New Testament, or certainly not in the Torah, that a person should drink the fluid that comes out of a corpse. That apparently is the teaching of the Hope of Israel Baptist Mission, but it's not found anywhere else anywhere. That finishes up the Hope of Israel Baptist Mission's list regarding the book of Leviticus. We will be continuing on to the book of Numbers. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you next time.